they drove out the Jews from the land of Palestine. Then they went to different other countries. They came to Egypt, they came to Morocco, they also went to Europe. Some of them, they went to the south of Palestine, to the Arabia. They went to Yathrib during that time. So this is the origin of the Jews on this land. So this book is a very important one. I have another one that I would like to show you. This is the book of the prophet Moses. Book of prophet Moses. It was written by a very important scientist. He is called Sigmund Freud, but he is a psychologist. He is not a historian. Here, even that we are sure of the value of Sigmund Freud as a psychologist, but as a historian, surely that we don't have the same appreciation. Here Sigmund Freud, he said a very bad theory. He's telling us about the theory that Prophet Moses, he was living during the time of Akhenaten. And then Prophet Moses, he got his message and his religion, the Judaism, from Akhenaten, not from God. So this theory is a false theory that Sigmund Freud is talking about. So also this one of the books that I say that I can say that it is a dangerous book. Surely that Prophet Moses was a great prophet. He was the one who was talking to God. He was the one who is appreciated and venerated on the whole holy books. So we cannot imagine that Prophet Moses, with his special position, that he got his religion and his cult from Akhenaten, who is a normal person who had no revelation from God or from heaven. So this is a false theory. It's a dangerous book, that of Sigmund Freud. And Vangel's new encyclopedia. Surely that it's a big one. It's about or more than 20 volumes. So it is. I would like to show you the cover of this one. It is like that. Surely that an encyclopedia is a very important book for any reader, for anyone who likes the lecture, just to know various ideas about various things. So it's very important to have such kind of books which is telling you lots of information about anything. If you need any information, you can get it from the encyclopedia. It's better than to get this from internet. We cannot depend on internet as a source of information, because in internet, some people, they could give you on their side some information. We are not sure of them. So we can get this information as fact. So surely that is something very dangerous for you. So you should be sure of the reference where you get your information. So an encyclopedia, it is giving you all the information that you need. This is the first division of my books that I would like to show you. Now it is the second division. So these are my own books that I wrote them. So now it is the first one. This book about the holy books of the pharaohs. Holy pharaohs in ancient Egypt. Pharaohs, or the ancient Egyptians, they had a religion. But I can say that they had two different religions. The religion of the priests, which is the polytheism, and the religion of the prophets, which is the monotheism. What we see in the statues, on the museums, on the temples, this is the religion of the priests. So it is the polytheism. And the other kind of the prophets, which is the religion which is mentioned on the holy books in Quran and in the Old Testament about the life of the prophets in Egypt. So we should distinguish between that and that. Most of these books, they are related of the priestly religion. So I talk about 15 holy books of the Egyptian, especially the Book of the Dead. Book of the Dead, we have about 200 chapters, and these books, they or these chapters, they give us information about the life of the person after his death, what will happen to him till he will go to the paradise. And the most important chapter of Book of the Dead, for example, it is the chapter 125, which is talking about the final judgment. They believe that the person, he will be judged, his acts will be weighed by a balance to know that he was a good person or he was a bad person. He will go to the paradise or he will go to the hell. So it is very important book about the beliefs of the people. And this belief itself of the judgment or the weight of the heart and the acts of the man, it is taken directly from the teachings of the prophets that they were living in Egypt, because this belief, it is mentioned on the holy books. Also we have the book of thoughts, or the book of wisdom. We have the book of the earth. We have the book of the coffins. We have the book of hell. We have lots of books that they talk about the pharaohs and their beliefs. Now this is another book of mine. This is about the King Cyrus. Cyrus the Great, he is a king that appeared during the 6th century BC. He was the one who destroyed the Babylonian Empire. During that time, the Jews, they were captivated in Babylonia. So the Jews, they were living under his control. He was very tolerant with the Jews. So he sent to them, or he gave them the right, if they would like to go back to Palestine or to be in the captivity. Okay? So also he gave them the right to rebuild again the temple of Jerusalem, which was destroyed by Nebuchadnezzar in 587. So the Jews, they appreciate Cyrus very much, and they consider him as the Messiah. Even that Cyrus, he was not Jewish. He had not the same belief like the Jews. So I wonder, when I read in the Old Testament about the position of this man and how the Jews, they appreciate him and to give him this position, and he was not a Jewish. Another book that I would like to show you, this about the philosophers of the East, especially philosophers of India, of China, and of Persia. We talk about 9 philosophers, especially Buddha, Confucius, and the Zoroaster. I talk about them and about their teachings and lots of things that the people, they talk about these philosophers. Another book of mine, this about Hermes, the wise man. Hermes is mentioned on most of the old historian of the old books of the Arab historians, that Hermes, he is himself the prophet Idris or Enoch, who is mentioned on the Old Testament. So I talk about that idea. Now it's a brave encyclopedia about the most famous queens in the history. This is from the old history during the Middle Kingdom, during the Middle Ages, or during the modern age that we have nowadays, or before that of some centuries. So we talk about the women and their roles in the history and their roles on their countries. So we talk about that. This also to give the right of the woman and what she made this across the history of the man. This is the last of mine. This is a brave book about the most famous military leaders, especially the Arabs and the Muslim military leaders in the world or in the history. So I talk about 40 of them. That's from the time of Antar ibn Shaddad, the time of Khalid ibn al-Walid, Amr ibn al-As, Abu Ubaidah, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Saladin. I talk about Nuruddin Mahmud. I talk about Qutuz, Babers. I talk about lots of great Arab and Muslim leaders and their role during the Islamic time, and the great victories that they made, and how they saved the Islamic world during the dangerous period, especially the time of the Crusades, during the time of the Mongolians when they came and they destroyed Baghdad and they destroyed the Abbasid Caliphate, and how they protected the Islamic or the Muslims from these dangers. So this is a brief idea of the books that I have, my own books and the favorite books that I read, and I hope that you enjoyed that time with me. Thank you so much for that time that I have, and I wish you all the best. Thank you and goodbye.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Bookworm. I hope you've enjoyed it, and many thanks for watching.